Let's talk about sexual health. For real.
Hello, and welcome to Healthy Love. This is an amazing new podcast that we're trying out. It's the new concept here from the H.U.M.A.N Association. And yeah, we're just going to talk to you about healthy sex and the emotional part of it, and it's going to be super fun. And I'm Kat, and with me I have my co-host and my better half, Shika.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
And we came all the way from far Portugal to give you this amazing podcast. And with me I have a very special guest, David.
Salud.
And I know he might sound Romanian, but unfortunately he's Spanish. It's all we could get. Yeah. Anyway, so today I bring you some very interesting facts and myths about sex, and I would love to debunk them with you. So, are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Always.
Let's go. Okay, so the first one is men have more sexual desire compared to women. What do you think?
I think it is obviously a myth.
Obviously.
Yep.
Tell me about
I mean,
it.
it's a common thought, but
Mhm.
it's a myth, obviously. In my opinion, biologically, it can vary a lot from one person to another, according to the hormones and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I don't really know about it, so. But I think that when it comes to the gender, it is more related to a social construction. So nowadays, and throughout the history, there is no problem if a man is showing his sexual desire, but when a woman does it, she will get punished from a social point of view.
Also because when man feels like sexual desire, it's more evident than when woman feels it. So I think that fact makes that people think that woman feels less desire.
Okay. So obviously I couldn't really find any statistics about this. I found some studies and there's this guy from Florida State University that says that men do in fact have more not sexual desire but sexual drive, and they do seek more often for sex, and they think more about sex. But also that's what you're saying. I think this is mostly related to the oppressive side of society, that women shouldn't want to have sex. And I
Yeah.
found some sexologist called Lee Noren. I don't exactly know how to pronounce her name, but Lee Noren, Noren. And she says that the notion that women's sexuality is somehow lesser than men's is actually quite new. Before the 700s, we regarded both sexes as obscene, passionate, and immoral. This meant we believed women and men were equally sexual, and the sexual pleasure was just a male priority. This, however, shifted in the 18th century when we started to view women's sexual pleasure and desire as something unnatural. And then she goes on to say that the thing is, sex for men is a lot more desire is a lot more
In a physical way.
it's a lot more spontaneous.
Okay.
So, and women are a little more complicated than that. And this says that 13 to 28% of men and 15 to 40% of women experience low sexual desire, and that can be related from the spontaneous part of it, because we don't really feel it spontaneously. We need to get it from somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe that's also because I think, if men don't have sex that often, most of them, it's more about, it's more physical, you know?
Yeah.
They have like physical pain sometimes and everything, and we have more like emotional problems about that,
Yep.
not that physical. So it's easier to deal with that,
Yeah.
maybe.
It shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to divide it, but yeah, it's overall okay. So next myth or fact, it's about the concept of virginity, especially related to women, and that we all have a hymen, and that we have to bleed for the first time, or else we're not virgins anymore.
Yeah. So about that, I think it's really interesting because a lot of women don't know that, but it's not like that every woman have a hymen. So most of the time, people think that all of the women are gonna bleed in the first time and have a lot of pain, but first of all, some of them doesn't have the hymen, so doesn't happen, nothing. And when a woman have really a hymen, have a lot of shapes and everything. So the shape of the hymen are gonna affect the way. Yeah, I mean, if you bleed or don't, if you have pain, less pain, more pain. So yeah, what do you think about David?
Well, now, as I am now, I obviously know that it is a myth, but for a long time in my life, I thought it was real when I was a kid and a teenager, and I was learning about biology and watching TV shows and reading novels and stories. I really thought it was like that. So it seems to me like it's some kind of common knowledge, but it's a myth. So it's a common fallacy, and I think eventually everyone learns that or should
I
learn
hope
that.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much like the definition of hymen for most women, it's a membrane covering the vaginal opening that naturally has a hole to allow period blood to come out. But some other women are born without hymenal tissue or without the tissue at all. Yeah, with little hymenal tissue or without tissue at all. Okay, so yeah, and as you said, it has different shapes. It can be totally covered. It can rip in different, like doing sports and things. It's
Yeah.
literally not related to sex, and yeah. So yeah, also the myth of virginity, the concept of virginity, it's sexist, and we shouldn't use it anymore. But that's just my opinion. Anyway,
Can you explain more about it, please?
yeah. So I think the myth of virginity is so sexist because first of all, and heteronormative. Because first of all, it's only to women. Because men lose their virginity, sure, but the thing is, they make such a big deal of women losing virginity, and it's so heteronormative because it's like penis
Yeah.
and vagina, and
Mhm.
and like, why do you have to lose anything? You're not losing anything. Who cares? Who cares about it?
No, yeah, I mean, can be like kind of frustrating for like the LGBT community, because if you are a lesbian, an example, uh, normally you are not gonna have your first time with a man with penetration, whatever. So you lose, okay, using this as a concept, you lose your virginity, but people think that you don't lose,
It doesn't count.
so it's kind of frustrating for that people.
It's
And
unfair.
I think it's about the emotional way too. Because I think when people say that people lose the virginity, it's more about the feelings and the emotional than the physical part.
Yeah, just remember, no one takes anything from you. You give it, and if you don't feel like it counted, it doesn't count. And if you feel like it counts, it counts. It's absolutely up to you. Don't let anyone else tell you that it's not. Okay, so moving on to the next topic.
Next.
Most female orgasms are vaginal.
Dun, dun, dun.
What do you think? David, I want to hear your opinion first.
Yeah, please.
Okay, similar to the Hyman question, I always thought that it was like that, only penetration until both gets to the climax. But of course, as you grow up and you get experience, you learn that that it is a myth. And of course, nowadays I can assert that not most orgasms are vaginal, but very few are in fact vaginal.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
I know
we
your answer, but
we already knew it, because. But yeah, that's the point, because most of the times that women have an orgasm can be with the penetration, but it's not actually a vaginal orgasm. It's because the clitoris have a lot of nerves and everything, so it's more huge than the zone, just the zone of the clitoris,
Yeah. And I have some
So-
statistics for you people that don't actually believe this. And this comes from the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy that comes out every year, and they have like really good information about this. And 81.6% of women don't
81?
orgasm. 81
Okay, sorry.
don't orgasm from intercourse alone without additional clitoris stimulation. Only 18% of women report that intercourse alone is sufficient.
Wow.
Yeah, and only 25% of women always have an orgasm during vaginal intercourse with stimulation, with clitoral stimulation. 30% of women rarely or never orgasm during vaginal intercourse, but women orgasm during vaginal intercourse 51 to 60 of the time with stimulation of clits. The stimulation of the clitoris. I don't know if these numbers are correct, but it is. I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, talk. I'll cut this. It's fine.
It's cut.
I said mention the source.
That she did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, these are the statistics. Do with this what you want. If you want to keep fighting on this, anyway. So do you think these statistics are? I mean, they're correct. Obviously, they come from a very nice source. But did you assume that the numbers are this high?
No, not even close.
Yeah. And I think that another source that actually I don't really have it right here, so don't take it away from me. But it said like men, like they interviewed some men and they thought 60% of women would finish just with vaginal. But it was I think it's super interesting. Yeah,
I mean, I would say so before,
60%. Oh my god. Yeah.
But I think that's why this topic is important, It's not like talking bad about something, but it's really important because maybe most of the time, like, men don't know about it because people don't talk about it more often,
Yeah.
So it's not like a bad thing, but they actually just don't know.
Yeah,
So we have the power to tell them.
Yeah, we're not shaming anyone. It's obviously okay if you don't know this. We're here to educate.
Yeah, it's all about like communication and being truly to your partner and to yourself. It's okay.
Yeah, and also consent. Don't forget consent. Ask everything you want to do and need to do. Okay. So,
Yes.
So I wanted to add something.
oh, please.
Because I think we focused too much on the vagina and the penis when it comes to sex, but truth is that the body is full of sensitive parts, and you can reach orgasms without even having genitalia stimuli,
Yeah.
True.
and people ignore that.
Yeah. I don't have any facts about this or statistics, but yeah, just believe him. Okay, so the next one is oral sex. It's safe sex.
Ooh. Okay.
This is a little controversial.
You want to start this one?
It isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, period. It's just okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, I mean, of course that we know that oral sex it's not that safe, but people avoid that information. We don't care about it. If we ask to other people, it's really, really rare to use protection during the oral sex. Like, people don't even think about it. Like, nobody. And it's a complicated topic because if we think about oral sex with protection, or everything sounds like kind of not pointless, but yeah, we are not used to it. But it's really, really important because we can have a lot of problems because of that.
and I'm gonna tell you exactly what can you get from it.
Ooh, prepare
And
yourselves.
what are the chances of it? So apparently, with oral sex without protection, you can get diseases like chlamydia, gonorrhea, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, herpes, human papillomavirus, and syphilis. And I'm gonna tell you the chances of it. So there's
Thank you.
a 2% chance of you getting chlamydia without unprotected oral sex, 5 to 10% to get gonorrhea. And gonorrhea on the throat, I mean, I never had it, but it's not great. It's really, really hard to treat. It's even harder to treat than normal gonorrhea. Herpes, which are super fun. With a symptomatic person, you can get up to 20% and 10% if they don't have any symptoms. And with syphilis, if it's someone that doesn't have that doesn't have symptoms, is no with symptoms. So sorry, with 10 to 30% per person for unprotected contact, and 60% if you have it regularly with that person, if they have symptoms. And if they don't have symptoms, it's 50% per person and 30% if it's multiple times. So yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah, I think the point is here. It's not like to don't have or to be afraid of oral sex, but just take care, really trust your partner, do the exams often,
Yeah.
take care of yourself. That's the point. It's just taking care and all good, I think.
Yep.
Can you say again the thing about the herbs that even with protection you
Yeah.
can have it? Because
mean-
it's really interesting.
I mean, don't start not trusting condoms, but also with herpes, it's really, really hard, because if there's any of the sores, if the person has any of the sores showing, I think the condom is only effective for 30% of the time.
Yeah.
So you can still get it. So with herpes, don't be scared of it. It happens, and if you have it, it's okay. Just be careful about it. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
sorry. The problem here is, I think it's a problem of misinformation, because who thinks about the risk of oral sex?
Yeah, of
Once
course.
once you have secured
That's the point.
the the most known safety procedures, which are the penetration.
Mm-hmm.
It can be the normal condom for the penis or the one for the vagina, but that's it. Who thinks about the oral sex?
There's also condoms that are specifically for oral sex, if that helps someone.
Yeah, but it's really rare.
Yeah, I'm sure they
Yeah,
are best selling.
I'm sure they're flying off the shelves.
And I think maybe that can happen too, that people don't think about it that much. Because a lot of people maybe don't consider oral sex,
Yeah.
So consider something else, whatever. For me, I count that oral
Yeah.
sex is sex, okay? But people don't think about it in that way. So they forgot about all the troubles that they can have and everything. I think
Yeah.
it's one of the points.
Period. Okay, this one is just a fact. It's just this one is just a fact. It's just a suggestion. So pee after sex. That's just it. I mean, what do you have to say about it? I mean, it's just there's no fighting. It's just
It's like, make it your routine.
make.
I mean, yeah, I think
It's just
both of the genders. It's kind of more important for human because we are more able to get it, most of the times. But yeah, I'm gonna read my search. So it's not a real search, but that's why it's important. It's because being after the sexual activity acts as a wash in the urethral canal. So the point is that remove waste and avoiding possibility urinary infections caused by bacteria. That's the why. It's really important.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't know about it too, but
But also, this is not really backed up with science. There's not really. I mean, it is, but I mean, obviously, it does not. If you think about it, it does not cure or get rid of any sexual diseases. So, or pregnancy, it really doesn't. Please
Yeah,
be
yeah.
safe. Okay, so do you have anything to say, David? I mean,
Okay.
there's not really.
Well, I have no idea.
You.
Okay, so tell us more about it. What kind of bacteria? What does it do?
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you like the type specifically, okay? I'm not a doctor yet, but it's really important, because most of the time, women that actually didn't pee after sex get really
UTIs.
infection,
Yeah.
So the infection, if it's not cured in the right way, or if women don't care about it, even when they have, can affect other parts of the body, and it's a bacteria, it's a infection, so the infection can like expand for another places, and can be really really bad for you. Like we can't imagine. So it's really a good advice.
Did you know about this, David?
To be honest, I had no idea until now. So maybe, thanks to you, thanks that I am a guest here, it will save me from some trouble in the future.
You're
So
welcome.
thanks you guys.
And you'll be a better partner from it. You're welcome.
Yes, I will share this knowledge.
You're
Yeah, please.
welcome. Okay, so and the last one, and it's also very interesting. It's just okay. You can't get pregnant if I can tell you this. This is no, no. You can get pregnant anytime. Because there's no ifs. I mean, if it's vaginal to, yeah, you can. It's yeah. Anyway, proceed. Cut. What do you think?
I think there are a lot of myths about this. You know the old one, like if you share the bath water with your brother or father,
Oh my
you
god.
can get pregnant.
Oh my
That's a
God.
classic one.
Okay,
It's
maybe
it's obviously a myth.
maybe maybe you can get pregnant from everything. Okay. But yeah, I'm referring mostly to the things like myths like, oh, having sex standing up, the gravity will take care of it, or in the
Yeah, a
a
lot.
pool the water will not help it, or yeah. And I have just one statistic about it, but I would like you to comment on it first.
Yeah, and maybe the thing that if you are having sex and the partner like taking off before they come, people think that it's really safe, but it's not for sure, because precam exists,
Yeah.
and it's really really high, the probability
Yeah.
that you can get pregnant. So
I need to tell you that the pulling out method, it works about 78% of the time. That's 1 in 5 women getting pregnant from this method. I just wanted to share this because no, okay, no, sorry, it's 20%. Yeah, it's 1 in 5. 22 out of 100.
yeah,
Women
it's
get
a lot.
pregnant.
It's a lot already.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
unwanted babies.
It's like people just trust in the universe or something,
Yeah.
but take care.
And I would mostly say even 78%, it's probably the ones that actually don't get pregnant. It's probably also related to cycles. They're not in their fertile
Yeah,
cycle and
yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. So I don't think even these statistics are probably not super reliable. But yeah. Yeah, be safe out there.
So that's it. I think this topic that we are talking about today, we decided to begin with this topic because it's one of the most important to start, so people can be more aware and everything. And I'm gonna tell you, and the topic that we are gonna talk about, The next episode,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically about romanticizing sex and drugs and TV shows and movies, books, but most of the time TV shows and
Yeah.
movies. You can tell a little bit more about it.
I mean, you'll hear all about it the next episode, but you know that this is happening and they're very popular out there. I mean, no shame in watching anything, but yeah, we need to have a conversation about this, Missy and Sir, because it's a little dangerous. Yeah, but we'll talk all about it. Don't worry,
Yes.
we'll be here next episode and we're gonna have with another guest. David is not gonna be here, thank God. But
For
You're
David.
welcome.
but thank you for being here, David. This was really enlightening and fun.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome.
I learned a lot.
I'm glad.
We learn with you too.
No, I already know all of this, so I'm yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
so
I'm just gonna say the name of the next episode. The name is this the real life or is it just euphoria? My beautiful friend Cat
I'm
give this name
So
and I think
creative.
it's very catchy
so creative.
It's a
and
good title.
beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
So, thank you for the conversation. I hope you enjoyed. And
we've been and don't forget what we talked about. So, do men have more sexual desire than women? No, they don't. Apparently, do women? Is the concept of virginity valid? No, it isn't. Stop using it. Does most female orgasms work vaginally? No, they don't. Please stop it. Is oral sex safer than other types of sex? No, it isn't.
no,
You should pee after sex. It's really important. Please do it. It's for your own good. Please. And yes, you can get pregnant from pretty much everything. So please be careful and wear protection. Please, we're begging you. We don't want unwanted kids, and I know you don't either. So why do it?
Yeah.
It's
it's
not
not
that bad.
being afraid.
No, please. It's
Yeah.
not that bad. Okay, so see you next time. It was really fun.
See you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
See ya.